Alright, so you guys can tell down below by the title, we're doing HopperBins. NinjaMastery is here with me recording this video. So we're going to be going over some things about the HopperBin, the basic things about it, how to use it, and how to make a tool that whenever you click with the tool selected, you use it. So I made a previous video talking about this, how I was thinking about doing some videos with Ninja here to do some scripting with me, show you guys some feedback. So this is the first video. It's going to be like that. So what exactly are we going to be trying to make here, Tony?
Alright, so what we're going to be trying to make is a way where you're able to use a script through a hopper bin, whereas it's not a weapon. It's more of just a non-handled item or skill like you'd see in Fairy Tail, Naruto, those kind of games.
Alright, guys, please note if my FPS is really bad right now, it's because I have to screen share so he can see, and I have the recording, so yeah. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and set a variable for the hopper bin. Make a variable for a player. Now the difference between a hopper bin and a tool is that when you're using a tool and you select the tool, it moves from your backpack into your character model itself in the workspace. That's not the case in HopperBins. HopperBins stay within your backpack while you select it. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to make it so that we can only use it while it's selected, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to be using the active property of the HopperBin to our use. It's basically a Boolean value that's checked whenever the tool is selected or not. So all we're really going to be doing is checking whether or not it's selected. Just making some variables right now so we can use it later. So are we going to be making a specific type of move, or as an example of how to use this?
I was thinking like instead of like when you click it, just a block coming out or something, instead of you know.
All right. There's not really much new. The only really thing that's changed is the events, which can be found in the object browser. I'm gonna go ahead and set up some variables for us to use. So are we gonna do this kind of like the Fire Dragon's Roar, or
more like a Skype, like a Skyping dial, how you'd have it come out and be moving.
Yeah. Alright. So there's different ways to get the movement. You can use velocity, you can use positioning, C-frame, all sorts of things. Alright, let's see. So alright, so we have our function here. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the object browser and show you guys what I mean by all the events and stuff being within the object browser. So go here, find HopperBin. Alright, so if you guys don't know what the object browser is, it shows you all of the events and all sorts of things within it. Members, built-in functions, all these kinds of things. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to choose for HopperBin when it's selected. Right. We're going to want to make a mouse variable. Player get mouse. Please note, right now I'm using this in a regular script. If you were to go in game and try to use this in a regular script, that won't work. Do the mouse function. Alright. So due to the limit on the 15 minutes, we might have to separate this video into a few episodes, like 1 or 2 videos.
Alright.
Alright, so what we've set up now is we have our variables for the bin when it's active, which means selected, our character, our backpack, our mouse, so we have a function that'll run when we click it. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to check if active is equal to false. True then, sorry, true. So this basically means we can't click unless it's true, meaning we have our tool selected. We go ahead and create a debounce value for the debounce variable for the move. The debounce is basically for if you're using the move already.
Alright.
Alright. So basically what this is going to do is this is going to check if it's active, this is true, then it runs the next check. Active is true, then it runs this check. This checks if the move is ready to be used. So if it's not ready to be used, then don't run. And same here. Alright, so once it's ready to run and we know everything's working, we're going to want to go ahead and start instancing all of our stuff. So are we going to be doing just one shot at a time, or are we going to be using like a loop? Or like multiple?
That's just up to you. We can do it into one shot at a time or a loop. Let's go just one shot at a time though.
Alright. So we're going to instance a new part. We're not going to add anything to it yet, so we're just going to give it some detail. Part shape block. Not really much to say here. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set the C frame of our torso a little bit ahead of it, so that's not like hitting us whenever we go. So in case we do want to change the size of it, just make it like based on the size +1.
Okay.
There's an error here, so I'm trying to see what that is. Don't I have enough ends? 1, 2, 3. Let me just go ahead and reset this so the errors. Expect to be close. Oh, yeah. Super menu. Alright, so this is just going to add a block in front of this. Go ahead and test this. Button 1. Alright. So many typos. Alright. Button 1 down. Alright. Button 1 down, so now whenever we click it should run this function. I'm lagging really bad right now. Alright, let's try saying just bin.active. I've never actually tried using this method before, so it's a bit different than what I used to.
Alright.
Here we go. Alright. But if you go try to click it without it, it doesn't work. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to make it move, correct? So let's see. Alright, so should we do it with the method of... Let's just use a loop for now, I guess. Alright, so that'll just basically move it out by 1. 10, move it out by 10. So now we have a block that basically just moves out by 1. Moves out a little bit. Nothing much, but it still does something.
Huh?
Now that whenever we use it, it moves out forward. You see that?
Alright.
So all we really did there was we used moving the C frame, and then we're just gonna add it to the debris so it removes. So that it doesn't keep spamming like it is currently. Now whenever it finishes its run, it disappears. And voila.
Alright. Alright. Now, if we wanted to do, let's say, more than one part, how do we do that? Because right now we have it running just once with a new instance. How do you change the number of instances?
Do you mean running at the same time or running in like a loop?
Yeah.
Now, after you click it once, it'll run the thing 10 times because of the loop, the length of the loop. Without clicking again, it'll run 10 times.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just repetition of loops. You have loops within loops within loops. So that pretty much sums that up.
Alright.
Of course, you can increase that and make it smoother, but I'm not too worried about that. It also slows it down a little bit, but see.
That's really neat.
And the thing about the way you set it up is it's not based on the way you're facing. It just moves in the same direction where it is. So if you turn your character, it's not gonna change the way it's looking.
Alright.
So I guess does that about sum it up?
Yeah, that pretty much makes it simple to understand, I think, because once you know what vector, that you know that it's just vector 3 for, it's what the C frame is and all that, then it gets a little simpler. And just knowing that putting it in a loop is what makes it run. That's really.
So is there anything else that, like, any questions you have? Like,
Alright.
anything that you don't understand?
Alright, in this. No, never mind. Alright, I understand it.
Alright. So I guess I'm going to be ending the video here then. If you guys watched to this, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it helped answer some of the questions, leave a like down below. You comment if you have any suggestions on what should be done next. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, check out my content. I do stuff like this all the time. And have a good day.